What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian. Today we got Wil Martin from a band called Earshot. Let's go.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Here it comes. The motherfucking Loud Spot.
Before I get the show started, I do want to remind everyone to please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also want to thank the Pantheon Podcast Network. I want to thank my co-host, Kyler, who's here with us, Diego from the Asylum Radio Network, Sam, who's in the background pressing the buttons for us, and Mr. Wil Martin from a band called Earshot. Second time coming on the show. It's been, I guess, like a year, I guess is what we figured earlier, huh?
Yeah, about a year.
You know what? I didn't really do as much research last time when you were on the show as I did tonight, and I'm probably going to do way worse tonight than I did last time. Because I'm more nervous now, I think, a little bit.
Well, that'll make two of us probably, so it's all right.
So 1990. Okay, so I don't know if and also since you were on last, we kind of grew the show a little bit. We got two co-hosts on now, and it's kind of cool. Things have been changing up a little bit.
I like it.
Thank you. The band started in 1999. Okay, long time ago, and I didn't know you guys were on the Queen of the Damned soundtrack.
Yes.
Yeah, we're on there with a couple other bands, small time bands that you may or may not have heard of. But
yeah, just little bands. You got that Jonathan Davis guy who couldn't find a band, so he had to go solo.
What band's he in again?
We're clearly the biggest band on that soundtrack. But
absolutely,
right.
By far, bro. Come on now.
That song was it? What song was on that soundtrack? Headstrong.
That was Headstrong. Yep.
Okay, and we're going to get into the new music because you have a new song that you guys are pushing right now, Unraveling. But I do want to go back in time a little bit and set this up. So you guys were signed to Warner Brothers. Did Warner Brothers get you hooked up with that Queen of the Damned? Like, how does that work? Do you have a say-so in what movies you're in?
Not really.
No.
Basically, that movie, I believe, was a Warner Brothers movie. So they... but it was still cool because out of all the bands that were on that label, they picked us for that soundtrack. So, but they picked it. And no, to answer your other question, we a lot of times don't get a lot of say. It's up to our label and our publishers and a bunch of people that I guess are over my head. Pay grade. So
it so works like it's your band, and then you can't even really say what goes on because technically, I guess maybe you're not really don't even own yourself. Do they even tell you like, hey, do you want to be on this movie, or do they just say, by the way, this movie comes out in 2 days, you're on it?
Yeah, no, they basically tell us that they have some exciting news to tell us, and
so they break it into you.
Right, exactly. They kind of soften the blow. I mean, not that it's bad news to hear that kind of stuff, but, it's cool. I mean, I'm happy that anytime anybody wants to utilize our music, it's a good day.
Wil is so laid back. Last time he was on the show, I was like, I'm fucking this show up. He's just so calm. And then he gives you a compliment at the end of the show, and I was like, oh, cool, because I thought you were fucking hating your life right now. He
was just being nice. Shut up.
He's just a laid back dude. I mean, no, well, you did say that you were doing like some sort of not yoga, but wasn't it some sort of meditation or something?
Yeah, so I just recently learned transcendental meditation. So it's a form of meditation out there that's different than conventional meditation, which I could never do or wrap my head around. But this was a little different, and it's been a few days since I've done it, so I can't say that I've been doing it every day like I'm supposed to, but life happens.
I think I need to do that meditation.
I was just going to say, us with ADHD, that's what they tell me to do is to meditate. I can't sit still for 2 seconds. You want me to meditate?
Well, I'll tell you this, like I've tried, because I have monkey mind. I'm sure you guys know what that is. Just like when your mind's always going, you can't. Yeah, well, that's the same thing, same family. But with traditional meditation, like it didn't work for me because I'm trying to find things to help my brain stop thinking, right? And so with these other meditations where they tell you to like, imagine yourself on a beach in rain, like now I'm thinking about a beach and rain. So I'm still thinking, and it sort of just reinforced my continual thinking. So transcendental meditation is different because it doesn't ask you to imagine anything except for just kind of like letting whatever thoughts and ideas that are running through your head just kind of run themselves out until it's quiet. It's really strange, phenomenal. But Highly recommended if you have issues with turning your head off.
Does that affect your songwriting, like the way you write lyrics?
100%. You know, actually, the first time I heard about this meditation was by director David Lynch. And as it turns out, if you do some research on it, there are a ton of artists that do this kind of meditation. I didn't know that before I started, but it absolutely helps with creativity.
Also, 100%. Makes it better. I would think it would make it worse because, well, I guess if your brain's not constantly going from here to there to there to there, you probably can focus on what you're trying to write. I guess.
Yeah.
Some people might be weak for that. I don't know. I think we probably does the same thing.
You know, it gets hard to write when you're thinking about a gazillion other things, like, you know, when is our tour? How's our tour going to do? How's the song going to do? Like, it's hard to be creative when you constantly are bombarded with all these other worries and things that you're thinking about. So it's nice to have, 20 minutes of just silence and nothing,
right?
No record playing.
I could probably use some of that. My brain is always constantly going. I do want to talk about so the band that formed in 1999 is not. You're obviously are you the only original member from Earshot?
Yes.
So you have some other guys that joined the. He's the OG. Well, hell, he's the singer. He better be the OG. It's hard when you get a new singer to come back, but luckily it's Earshot and still you. But the new members of the band are also in some other big bands as well. I think at least one of the guys is from Breaking Benjamin. Is that right?
Yeah. So Aaron's the ex-guitar player and founding member of Breaking Benjamin. A couple of the other guys have just been in local bands. Our drummer, actually, he's probably going to kill me for saying this because we all make fun of him for it, but he was the drummer in a band. I don't know if you guys remember or heard of it. A band called O-Town. It was like an all-boy band type thing.
Yeah, I do remember O-Town.
I had a crush on them.
Yes.
So he was the drummer in that band, and that was kind of his thing that he'd been doing for a long time. So from one boy band to the next, I say.
I don't know if Earshot's considered a boy. Well, maybe you guys could be a boy band. Pretty.
On a good day.
How did you get these guys to join you? And because I know you guys took an Earshot pretty much. Where at one point was just you took a hiatus and was not really doing anything. When you decided to come back to it, did you call up the old band members, or were you like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and continue with this find some new players to join you in this project?
Well, Andy, the other guitar player, and Mikey, the drummer, we're friends, so we kind of stayed in touch. And it was actually we got a call from this venue in Las Vegas called Counts Vamped. It's a really, really awesome, cool rock club in Las Vegas, and they were asking if we were available to come out and do a show. So I didn't respond to it, and I mentioned it to the other two guys, and we just kind of all snowballed from there. And then pretty soon, Aaron, I'd known since 2003 or 2004 when we were doing shows with Breaking Benjamin, and we had always stayed in touch.
Right.
So everything happened really organically. Actually, just kind of all came together.
And what's crazy is even with the new members, and maybe it's just because your vocal style, you haven't changed. Like you hear bands like I don't know, Papa Roach, who's completely changed their stuff when they first came out till now. They don't even sound the same. But you listen to Unraveling, and you still have that same. It's like you've stayed like. I don't know if selling out's really even a term that people can use, because I know you get signed to record labels, they kind of produce your stuff, but don't you still have like your own creative writing style when it comes to when you're signed to big labels?
Yeah, I mean, we were never really pushed or pulled into any creative direction when we were on a label. I think that's more of a myth than reality. At least in my experience, it was. But no, this song, I think, Unraveling, sounds, a lot like our earlier stuff, production-wise and song-wise. So I think that's what a lot of people hear. And it was really just me sort of emulating what David Kahn, who produced our first record, who I loved what he did as a producer. And So a lot of the little tricks and the stops in the song were all, stuff that I think that he would have, done had he been working with us on this song. So that was me just sort of doing what he would do type thing. And I guess it worked because a lot of people will go, this could have been a song on the first record. So I guess we got close at least.
And what we're going to play here in a second after we take a little commercial break, but I do want to ask, there's no that I could find music video for this song. I don't even know if there's a lyric video for it. I just found the song on YouTube. No. Is there any plans to make a music video and if they're not, why wouldn't you want to make one?
Well, videos cost money to do them right.
Yeah, they do.
They take time to make, and honestly, it's just one more fucking thing to put on my plate that I have going on right now. We're currently trying to put the finishing touches on a little 2-week or 3-week now tour in the fall. So I've been really preoccupied and consumed with, trying to make budgets and make sure budgets are in line and make sure, keep track of venues and shows and how much this show's paying and that, it's a lot of little,
You're doing that. Are you doing that yourself? Because I know you did some stuff for the Misfits, right? So is that you throwing the tours? Are you booking that yourself?
I'm not booking it. We have a booking agent.
Okay.
But I'm always very hands-on, always have been. So I'm always in the middle of things. That probably would be a lot easier if I weren't, but I can't help myself.
He's a micromanager.
Nah, I'm not that far. I wouldn't go that far, but I like to be kept in the loop though.
When it comes to making a music video, I got like $5 you can borrow, dude. Just pay me back.
Perfect. I might need it.
Let's take a commercial break. We come back. We're going to talk to Will a little bit more, play his new song, Unraveling, and then talk about the tours. We'll be right back.
Perfect.
All right, and we are back with Wil Martin from the band Earshot. We're going to play your song, Unraveling, but before we play it, there's no lyrics on it, so you can't see what the lyrics say, but you speak very clearly on it. In your own words, tell us what the song means so that the listeners can get an idea of what they're listening to.
Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but it was sort of born out of, the last few years that we've had with all the, the pandemic shutdowns and elections and riots and all kind of things. So actually, as I'm standing here, I just noticed, I didn't even realize it till I was here, but remember these things?
We go forward. Both of you and I did.
The COVID vaccine cards?
The COVID cards.
Yeah.
They get you in all local everythings. Yeah.
Right. Like you couldn't go anywhere here in LA. That's where I'm at. You couldn't go anywhere unless you had your papers. But so that's what it was what it was originally inspired by was that, and just how, people have seemingly they easily get unglued with any kind of disagreement or idea that's different than whatever the popular consensus is. So that was what the song was about.
When you first said, remember these things, my mind immediately went to Columbia House, and I was trying to think those were stamps I was looking at, but it wasn't. It was a COVID card, but I don't know. Anyways, all right, here's the song Unraveling by Earshot. Here we go.
I don't understand, but I don't give a fuck right now. I'm unraveling. I've gone from feeling invincible to so goddamn cynical. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. I've gone from feeling invincible to so goddamn cynical. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. I've gone from feeling invincible to so goddamn cynical. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. I've gone from feeling invincible to so goddamn cynical. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me. In a cesspool of panic, what a wonderful feeling. I'm unraveling. I've gone from feeling invincible to so goddamn cynical. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I've had all I can take so long. I've gone from feeling invincible to so goddamn cynical. Don't judge me, don't judge me. I'm unraveling. Don't take whatever I say or do too personally. Don't judge me, don't judge me.
All right. Oh. All right. There's Unraveling, the newest song that was released in, what was that? May? Was it May? Was it in May or was it in April?
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, Cinco de Mayo. Nice. Right
Yes,
on, man.
yes. Had to do a little celebration for my half heritage. You know,
Did it?
I'm half.
Oh, you're half Mexican?
I'm half. Yes, I'm half Mexican.
You live in Los Angeles. I'm not surprised. Everyone out there is
yeah.
half Mexican, probably.
Some form or another. Yes.
It's we're all from up north, so quietly we all just sit and say Los Angeles.
Northern California is what he means, by the way.
Yeah, we're all Northern California kids. So,
Yeah.
I might have been the only Puerto Rican friends with a bunch of Mexicans out there, but right on. Anyways, all right. I'm not racist, I swear to God. Okay.
So,
have you ever been? Go ahead, Diego. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say with this new single, Earshot, right in the pocket of that. You guys have always been. I guess we could be like a good catalyst, new metal. Earshot, you're one of the ones, and I would know because that is my era. I love that era. I love everything about it. So on top of having so many hit singles, you guys, on top of being in the pocket of new metal, being radio play on these festivals, you guys opened for Megadeth at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Also in that same era, there was 4 songs you guys had on video games throughout the years. Like we can't go another minute without speaking of. You guys were on Madden. Yeah, they were on. So Wait Alone was on Madden 05, Madden 06.
05, yep.
Yeah, and I think they did on 04 as well. They were on it was either Midnight Run or Tokyo something on Xbox. I mean, this was like, do you guys still get anything off of that, or would that be something you'd ever revisit? Or is that another one of those things like you say, well, they call and you say, let's go?
Yeah, they pretty much they call up and usually the bands that are on there really they don't pay very much because in their mind you're getting in front of millions of people that are playing these video games, so it's exposure. But we've gotten a lot of fans from that. I mean, it introduced us to a lot of people that otherwise probably wouldn't have heard of us or might have taken them a while to discover us. So, but yeah, I'm a big Madden fan. So that that was a really big, that was a cool thing for me to play on that. And it was the theme of that year's Madden game too. So even better than that. And then also they did a remix with, God, what was his name? One of the guys from NWA.
Yeah.
So I did a remix of it, which was really cool too, because I'm a huge NWA fan.
Right.
Ren, that's what it was.
And so who's your Madden team? Who's your team?
Cowboys.
Got to take the Chiefs.
Cowboys.
Got to take the Chiefs.
Okay.
Chiefs. I'm from Kansas City originally, so I'm
Okay.
a huge Chiefs fan.
I'm in Kansas right now. Shoot.
I'll look past it. I'll look past it. It's okay. I'm a Niners fan. I'll look past it. It's
Here we
fine.
go. Here we see. Now I know what Patriots fans went through for all these years.
Yeah, that's it.
That's true. That's true. Have you ever like been like to a restaurant or walked by somebody like in the Toys R Us playing Madden and your song's on and you're like, that's my song? Have you ever like confronted somebody listening to your music? You wouldn't?
No.
I would.
Oh, yeah,
I would start
You would.
dancing and prancing around and be like, that's me. I would.
Well, you probably would look a lot better dancing and prancing than I would. So I get that. For a guy like me, though, they're like, "What? Arrest this guy! Get him out of here! Escort him out, please!"
No, there's a crazy guy, aisle 5.
Security.
Yeah. No, but I've been in like Walmart's, Targets, bunch of restaurants, bars, karaoke places. That was a crazy. That's still a crazy
Dude,
one.
hold on. I want you to finish the story, but did you go to a karaoke place? Someone was singing Earshot, and then you got on the mic and started singing it with them?
Well, it's different times. I've had it both. There were a couple times where I've been in there where somebody has been doing the karaoke. And then there was another time where I was at a bar with a bunch of friends of mine. We were already been drinking. And they were flipping through the book and they're like, look, there's like 4 fucking songs here in the book. And I'm not doing it. They're like, no, come on. So eventually, after about 2 or 3 drinks later, there I was. And the funny thing about that story, we still laugh about it actually, was as soon as I gave the mic back to the MC, he goes, man, you sound just like the dude.
Yeah.
Working on that. That was really funny. That was really funny.
That is.
Did you not tell him it was you?
No.
Oh, why not?
I would have.
I don't know. That just seems really weird. Like
I would
don't know.
do it.
Listen, even when people come up to me, like if somebody realizes who I am and they start complimenting me, I don't take compliments very well. I don't know why. Like it just makes me like feel weird.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just not that kind of guy that like, I'm not a gloater. I'm just low key, I just chill back in the cut type thing,
The opposite of me, I'm like, that's me, motherfucker.
My head goes.
Look at me. I did that shit.
Can you say that again? Can I get it on Snapchat, please? Hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
You know who I am?
That's funny.
Your vocal, that's cool. That is so cool, though. I mean, because I've always thought like if I was in a famous band, which I can't sing anyways, but if I was, I would do my own stuff karaoke, but I'd be like, that is me. I would let it be known to the world or that bar. But then you know what? But then you draw attention to yourself, and then people don't leave you alone, or they think you're full of shit.
And there's that too, like especially at a bar, and then you got like all these drunk people staggering over, with bad breath and body odor, and they're drunk, and it's cool. I mean, I've been there too. I'm not talking down on them, but it's when you just want to have a good time and just chill with your friends, it's just gets a little much sometimes. But
I was there
Sebastian, what's your go-to karaoke song? Yeah.
I don't do karaoke. If I did karaoke, it would be what's that song? Tequila. Because that's the only word in the whole entire song.
Diego,
I could
what's
do that
yours?
one too.
Hinder, Lips of an Angel, and I would just pick the oldest woman I could find in the bar and not break eye contact.
If I do karaoke, mine I usually pick Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. I don't know why.
Nice.
Well, you can sing.
That's a hit too, bro. That's a karaoke hit.
It is.
Yeah.
And I usually find someone to sing it with me. That's what makes it fun too. So
Yes.
I just can't sing. I just be super, super hammered to even. Oh, where'd Carla go? I'd be super hammered to an attempt to sing. I don't know where Carla went, but it's a picture of me, so that's all right. That'll work. That'll work. I don't know where she went. I do want to say your vocal style, man. The way you come in and out of those lyrics. I don't know if you read the little thing that I'd said about you on the new song, but the way you come in and out of those lyrics, man, it's super cool. It's like your brain works differently than mine or anybody. Like I couldn't write like that. Here's Kyla coming back here. Okay, let's add her to the stream. Oh. Add her back.
Mm-hmm.
There she comes. Okay, there she goes. Oh my God. Okay, there she is. Okay, all right. So your vocal style is very unique. and different. Is that something that you had to, that comes naturally for you, or is that like a style you work to try to perfect?
I guess it is what it is, because it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was talking to my drummer the other night and he said, I was listening back to some of the older stuff and he was like, what's different about how you do what you do is like your phrasing. It's like your little signature thumbprint. Like there's a way that you do things. And I never realized that, I guess it's just innate. It's just how I do it.
Yeah.
It makes sense in my brain to do it that way. I don't know.
I like your vocal style. There's another guy, if you ever heard of a band called Evans Blue. And their singer, he was on my show. I can't think of his name right now. But anyways, his vocal style is also very unique. So whenever it's like one of their songs or an Earshot song, I'll know who I'll know who the band is just by the lyrical style that
very
he's singing
distinctive.
in.
Yeah, very, very distinctive. Yep.
I haven't heard from Evans Blue in a long time. Is that band still around?
Yeah, they're still around. I had what's the singer's name?
Did you have the new singer or the original?
The new singer.
The new singer, yeah. The original.
What's his name?
I can't think of the new singer's name.
He was on the show anyways. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, they're still doing stuff. In fact, he was in the middle of writing some new stuff when he was on the show.
Gotcha.
I don't think it was out yet, but yeah, they're still doing stuff, man. I like them. You guys should go on tour with them. I'll go to that concert. I will go to that concert. So let's talk about your tours though coming up. So I don't know, are you allowed to mention where you're going yet around the nation, around like where you're going to play?
So I can say that it's going to start in California, like Los Angeles, San Diego. And then it's pretty much just going to stay on the 10s and just go east. So we'll hit Nevada, we'll hit Arizona, we'll hit Texas,
Highway 10.
New Orleans.
Highway 10. You guys should do a Highway 40.
I was going to say,
Oklahoma.
40 would be good for us, Sebastian. 10 we're going to have to go to Louisiana for it. Yeah. Or middle of Texas.
Yep. So we'll end, and then we go all the way to Florida, and then we go up the coast, up to Pittsburgh, and then we'll be done for that. But like I said, next year is the 20th anniversary of our second album, too. So we plan on going out and doing a pretty extensive tour with that next year. So that's when we'll be hitting pretty much all of the usual pockets of things.
If you can talk about it, are you guys going to do anything like really big for the 20 with that album? Because that was Weight was on that album, correct? Weight was on 2.
Yep.
And that's the one. So
that's the one that gets the
it's 2.
No.
That's the one that still to this day gets month in, month out, or week in, I should say, 500,000 streams. So I mean it's amazing that song is. I mean, it's actually doing better in the last few years than it did when it came out, which it did really good when it came out. But it seems like it's growing bigger and bigger.
That's happening with bands. That's happening with
It's
Deftones happening with Deftones right now. More people listen to Deftones now than they used to. I think a lot of these early 2000s, late 90s bands, for some reason, that without even making new music, sometimes they're making a comeback.
Yeah. It's the new era. The new era is finding the music. They're listening to the new metal era, and I've talked about it almost every week. It feels like they don't want to call it it's new metal. The new shit is new metal, and they're digging up some of the older, what I like to call genuine new metal, the good shit, and they love it. They're eating it up. It's making a comeback. It's coming. It's here.
Yeah. Did you guys check out any of the Sick New World festival that happened out in Las Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently he landed in the background. He checked it out. I did not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there. It was really hot. It was
I bet.
But yeah, no, it was a great show. It was a lot of bands. I couldn't believe how many bands were on that they piled on there. But I don't know about you guys, but I thought the band that stole the show was the Deftones.
Always.
I've never seen them live. I've never seen Deftones live.
Dude, that's the first show they'd had. Yes, since last year's tour. Every time. If on a Deftones tour, if you can catch them the first 3 shows, it's the best you're gonna see them. It's the best. It's a fresh Chino is like no other.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, what he does is really tough too. So it's after a couple of weeks, he's probably feeling cooked. But they were great. They were unbelievable. I mean, there were a lot of bands that were great that day, but that was one that I actually went out into the heat, to watch and check out. So it was cool.
When we get off here, I'm going to have you give me your booking agent's phone number. I'm going to call him. We're going to reroute your tour to I-40 instead of whatever the fuck the 10 is. We're going to come hit some better cities so I can be a part of it. Just give me his number. It's fine. I'll just harass him a couple times. I'll email you so you can help micromanage what he winds up doing for your tour. So
I will. I'll hook you up and I'll let you go loose on him. You can work him over a little bit and see what he can put together. It'll be you instead of me.
Good. I am up for the challenge, my friend. I'm up for the challenge. Will, dude, I want to thank you so much for coming on here and talking about not only your new music, but karaoke as well. I love it. So always a pleasure to have on the show. Your new song, I've downloaded it. It's on my playlist. I think you're a cool dude. Great music and always fun to have on.
Back at you.
If you're just now listening to Earshot, if you never heard of them before, we got some new listeners. So we got some 25-year-old listeners that listen to the show. If you've never heard of Earshot, go check them out. Check out their older songs and get some of those older video games. If you have an older gaming console, might be able to check out some of their songs. So I guess that's it. Anything else you got, Will? Are we done?
That's it, man. I think we're good, but thanks for having me back on again. Always a pleasure. Always look forward to hanging with you on this show. And everyone watching this needs to subscribe.
Do it. Hey, well, do me a favor. Stay right there until after the outro song plays, please. I do want to thank the Pantheon Podcast Network. Well, I want to thank you again with Earshot. Also, of course, Kyler, Diego, my two people that are always on the show and have been with me now for a while. I'm relying on him. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Sam, for always helping. I was getting to you, Sam.
We had to remind you.
I was working it up to you. That's all the time we got. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace out, rock on, and much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have his back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Our pimp host has to pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.